I agree with this man 100%. The truth will always be the truth.
Never trust the holiness of a poor man. Listen, you can't carry girlfriend to social media. You can't go to Dubai and buy a house and keep a woman. You don't have the money. Anybody that has money has not got is truly holy.
I'm telling you guys. I saw this video get trending. And I told you this year, 2025. I don't agree. I told you I want you to go and check my last video 31st of December. I posted it before this new year. I say anything you speak about men of God and anything you speak about the church of God, I'll come after you people. Let me tell you, never trust a poor man. I've experienced it. And when the time I have some good guys talking to me, bad boys, they were okay, they were fine. Not when I like buy them cars. These people feel like they're in the same position with me. My brother, never trust. Even in my own ministry, I will not go to anywhere. I'm not breakable. Many people, oh, our pastor, we will die with you, we love you, we will do this thing, we will do this smart thing, anyway, don't fly. See, I can say yes, that guy, Maria. You know why? I've been to America, I've been to everywhere around the world. I'm still back to Nigeria, still serving under the ministry that made me. That's how you can trust people. Never trust any man whenever. See, then they talk, not because they never get. Then they're loyal, not because they don't get money. When they get money, when they touch you, talk, they'll be loyal. So even married, you marry a poor girl from a village. You do cooking for you. Once you start to control things, you know they get respect for husband again. The same thing with men. You see one loyal boy follow one girl, we get money. Once when that guy don't get money, you want to control the lady, you want to disrespect the lady. Now money don't come. So for you to have money and you still fear God and you still love God, I agree. So why do you have a problem? And I'm sure people that is making this video to train poor people. Yes, truth is bitter. That's why everything when they cure disease is not bitter. Truth is bitter. That's why everything when they cure disease is not bitter. And when they cure disease is not bitter. Paracetamol top am is bitter. Chloroquine, all the medicine is bitter. So when they talk the truth, it must bitter because why they cure. Anything when they sweet they kill. Any pastor, let me see, any pastor will say you won't be like Paul, nobody fear prison. Anybody will say you won't be like Jesus, nobody think or the body of a long life. Who won't be like John the Baptist, nobody city. Who won't be like Ben, nobody flesh stone. Are you with me? Who won't be like Daniel, go ready to sleep with prison inside cell with lion. So if you talk the truth, people must come after you. Normally there's about the bunch up and down if everybody talk the truth. Truth is bitter. This thing what the man said, I agreed. Never trust a poor man. Yeah? Me, I have people that I give money to in my fellowship. My name, after they collect the money finish, you know go see them give for fellowship. I'm going to collect 200, 300. So yeah, take this money, go do business, return another people. They collect it, they run. If anybody have money and still love God and still serve God, those are the real people. So I agree. So all of you that have a problem with this thing making it trend because you are poor and you are not serving God. Sign of poverty is God, is ungodliness. I agree. Yes, Bible says poor, you shall always find your means. I understand. But what is called poverty? Poverty is not in cash. Poverty is in your knowledge, it's in your understanding, it's your mind. People think when you are poor because you don't have. You know how many people don't have cash, but in their soul they are rich. They believe, they have faith. Those are rich people. It's not about cash. Understand me? It's not about cash. That's what you people are getting wrong. Because see, everybody will always argue in this country. You know what? 10% of people are rich. 15% of people are average. 75% of people are poor. They will never love you if you are doing well. I hope this message you get it. I agree with this man 100%. The truth will always be truth. Thank you. That guy is here. Jesus is the only big guy.
This pastor's saga that is ongoing. I've never seen this kind of a thing before. I have never seen this kind of a thing before. Like, growing up, we don't hear pastors involved in certain things or people calling them out or disrespecting them. The only thing they do is if your pastor is doing anything that is wrong, you'll be reported to the elders, and the elders will call for a meeting and find out. They'll investigate him. If he is right, they will say he's right, and if he is wrong, they will give him suspension. That was what we knew growing up. But this day and age, a pastor will say one word, people will twist it just because they want to react, because it's a pastor that is saying it. A pastor will say that it's ungodly to be poor. You need to look at the context why the pastor said what he said. You need to look at the context. Why did he say what he said? Because there must be a reason. Most times, what people do is they cut short clips and use it in a video to cause controversy. I have watched a podcast where the short clip was giving a different vibe, but going to sit down and watch it, it was a 2 hours, podcast. Sitting down to watch it for that 2 hours, I didn't even need to finish the 2 hours. I already understood the context the person was saying. But you know what they will do? Because even the podcast owners want to trend, so they will definitely pick those parts the person was, they call that the punchlines. They will pick it and put it in a short video that is just 1 minute 30 seconds or 1 or 2 minutes, and make it go viral. And you see, once it goes viral, people will start reacting. But the wise people are those who will come and sit down, watch the video to the end to see why. And that is why I tell people, even when somebody had captioned the video, don't listen to the caption. Go and watch that video to the end to find out why the person made the comment. Because sometimes in the process of making the statement, you will make a statement by the way that can form as a caption. So you need to watch it to learn. Like this guy said, a person who is poor and still loves God is the real person. But you see those ones that will come and say, oh, I love you, I die with you, I do this. At the end of the day, once they see money, have you not seen that there are people in your church that when they are poor, they will be coming to church every day, they will be praying to God, they will be fasting. The moment God answers them, they don't go to church again. You've not seen them before. We have them a lot in different churches. There's no church that will say they've not experienced that kind of person. There are some that you even come, they'll tell you, pray for us, you pray for them, they'll get that job, and after that, the job becomes their number one priority. This thing works. I used to tell people that as I am like this, when I even have money, I'm even more humble. Like, for example, now in my account, if I have plenty money in my account, I'm more humble. But if I don't have money, I'm not going to be very humble. Meanwhile, some people said if they don't have money, they are humble. But if they have money, they don't become very humble. So I think this thing works for different people. But the case where every day a pastor is being dragged for a statement he made in his church, and then some people take it out of context because he was saying it for a different thing, and you took it out of context to mean that, oh, so all the poor people should go where? That is God not the God of the poor? All those things are not necessary. Pastors, I don't see any reason why a pastor will not also have an opinion, because there are some pastors who have opinion during election. People will say, no, this pastor should not have any opinion at all. I saw the other day, I saw them dragging that the Geo, Pastor Adeboye of the Redeemed Church, I think it's, yes, Adeboye. And they were dragging him. Why were they dragging him? That why would he say people should fast for 100 days? That's too much. That the Nigerian does not need fasting. That Nigerian does not need fasting. That Nigerian needs to just hold its leaders accountable for them to do what is right, and that the Adeboye knows what to do. If he really wants Nigeria to work, he knows who to talk to, being that he's very close to the powers that be. That's their insinuation. So at the end of the day, people said no, that if there is anything that God has been partial, if God has been partial towards other people for Nigeria, like God has done Nigeria so well. We have everything in Nigeria, and some places they don't even have what we have in this country. So that we don't need to disturb God again to pray. Now, I think the prayers they are calling for is to pray for the leaders to not be forgetful people, but doers of what they have promised. Because you see, we have been in this back and forth. I think each time any government comes in, what they do is that they look for something to distract the people. While we are discussing on that thing, years has passed. As the years pass, before you know it, you are getting into, as the years are passing, before you know it, you're already getting into your old age. Before you know it, they are getting into another dispensation. And then they'll forget about what they were talking about. Before you know it, they'll say, in our time, there was no, when we're fighting for policies, and then in the second term, we'll now walk. It is not done like that. When you said hit the ground running, you hit the ground running. So at the end of the day, a lot of people are not happy with Daddy Gio because of that statement of fasting for 100 days. So it all happens like that. Like, pastors can actually make mistakes and come out to apologize. Just like Pastor Adeboye made a mistake one time and said that if you don't pay your tithe, you will not go to heaven or something like that. And people dragged and dragged. One day he came up and said no. When the video went viral, he called them back and watched the clip and said he's sorry that he misrepresented that's not what he actually meant. And then he now started telling them that doesn't mean you will not pay your tithe. It's an honor to pay tithe to God and all of those things. Let me tell you something about these men of God. Whether you pay tithe or not, they will never be hungry. Right? Take it to the bank. You see that the Gio, that they are all these pastors, they are Oyedepo, they are talking about Pastor Jerry and all, whether you pay tithe or not, even Pastor Jerry, whether you pay offering or not, whether you pay tithe or not, they will never be hungry. Pastor Jerry will tell you to give offering, that people should give offering and all. The reason he's doing that is so that you can be blessed also. Because in giving, you'll be blessed. It's not because he needs your money. The money that YouTube pays him alone is enough to take care of his entire family for life, you get. But they do these things so that you also will be blessed. Because if they are givers and they don't teach you how to give, how will you now be blessed the way you want to be blessed? Because I'm not talking about blessing that you have today, you not have tomorrow. I'm not talking about a near success syndrome kind of blessing. I'm talking about real blessing that when God blesses you, when you collide with that blessing, you will really, really feel the impact, and you'll be able to impact other people's lives. So all this pastor did this, pastor did that. Can we cut them some slack? Can we cut pastors some slack? Please, It's becoming too much. If they are not dragging Pastor Enenche, they're dragging Pastor Jerry. If they are not dragging Pastor Jerry, it's Pastor Oyedepo. If they are not dragging Pastor Oyedepo, they are dragging Pastor Adeboye. Please allow pastors rest.